Welcome again to another edition of the Championship Wrap, where we're going to review round 13 of the Betfred Championship. We'll look ahead to next week, where we go back into the Coral Challenge Cup, where we have 4 championship clubs still in the Challenge Cup, hoping to progress further in that competition. And we'll obviously preview as well the rearranged fixture between Rochdale and York. But I'm very delighted this afternoon to have alongside me the Bradford Bulls front rower, the no-nonsense man, that is Ross Peltier. Ross, welcome to being on the show today, mate.
Yeah, nice to be here, mate. Nice to be here.
Good. So, Ross, tell us a little bit about your journey. Certainly in the championship. Obviously, you found yourself at Bradford, but originally Keithley, I think you started.
Yeah, well, I started off at Bradford through the youth system there.
Yep.
Then I went to Huddersfield Giants, and Nathan Brown took my first team, and I spent 3 years there learning everything, and then went over to Australia, played over there for a bit, and then ended finding myself back at Keithley, and played at Keithley then. Rowan Smith brought me to Bradford, back to my hometown club where it started. So that's been my journey so far, and I'm enjoying it at Bradford now. So yeah. Fantastic.
And in terms of yourself, what are you hoping to achieve there with the Bradford Bulls?
We just want that top 5 spot, really. We'll get to playoffs, and then anything can happen once you're in them playoffs. I think London showed that going over to Toronto and beating them. I think we just want to get in that top 5, and then we take it from there, really. Yeah. A lot of good stuff's going on behind the scenes, and the staff there are really getting things right, and I think that shows how we're promoting games, and we're still getting good crowds to the games. And as you set up, like we've seen Tommy Doyle make his debut last weekend, we've got Rowan Mills,
that's the young hooker, isn't it?
Yeah, and then we've got Ethan Ryan, Ross Oakes, who've all come through the youth setup. So there's a lot of lads from Bradford, like myself, Steve Crossley, who came through the youth system there and back playing at Bradford now. So everything's going well, and I think with what a lot of teams have found, we've found ourselves behind in a lot of games, but we've ended up at 80 minutes winning the game because we've got that mindset and that belief. We might not be playing the best rugby, but we stick in there and we go for each other. Really.
Fantastic. Well done to Ross and the Bradford Bulls, and we wish you all the best as the season continues. But let's go and have a look at our first feature game of round 13, and that's with the Dewsbury Rams, who are coming off the back of a fantastic away victory at Widnes last week. They hosted Toulouse Olympique. Toulouse on the attack now. Parada, short pass to Vai. Nice little shimmy for him. Finds his front well. Needs to get up and play the football. Taking his time. Parada now. Out the back to Marion. Marion, nice short pass to Conmika, and he gets over. Beats the would-be tackler of Ryder. Toulouse now. Corella to Bretherton. Looking to carry strong out of yardage. Makes a half break. Gets in between Knowles. Gets a nice offload. Bretherton to Corella. He's on to Marcon. Paul Marcon now. Looking to play the ball on the halfway line. Centre field. Pass from Ada. Corella kicks ahead. He sees no fullback at home. And Marion's going to win the race. Fantastic inventive play from Toulouse. Great vision from Corella. Toulouse now 10-0 up at the moment. Short side attack from Parada to Ford. And Ford, nice short pass. And I think he's over in the corner. I think he is. Parada now. Heppy. Tyler Heppy. Spins out of that collision. Great spin, hit and spin from Heppy. Gets the late offload as well to Curran, to Ford. Ford now looking to bring Purple. The slow and go, and he gives a nice offload back on the inside. And that's a great try for Toulouse. Scrappy around the play the ball here. Parada's off out of dummy half, and Parada's through. He's made the line break. Ford on the inside in support. Is he going to get there? And he will, I think. Fends off with the left. Is he short? It's play on, says the referee. And I think he's going to award the try to Jonathan Ford. He has. Dewsbury now, Knowles. A bit groggy as he plays the football. Liam Finn puts it up high. High hanging kick for Corella. He catches it. He shows the ball, skips across, and he's beat the Dewsbury defence, and Mark Corella, no one's going to catch him. He runs around Luke Hooley, and Corella, that's a fine finish by the Toulouse fullback. Fantastic individual solo try. Poor defence from Dewsbury there of the kick chase. Toulouse Olympique now on the attack. Vai. Nice little tip on play. That's a great try. Toulouse 38, Dewsbury 0. Wow, what a result there for Toulouse, Ross. 38 points to nil. I mean, I expected a bit more from Dewsbury, to be honest. You know, obviously that real morale-boosting victory away at Widnes last week. I thought they would have put a better show up there at home against Toulouse. But this Toulouse Olympique side, you know, they've got some real quality throughout that team. Your thoughts on that, on them? Yeah,
they're a classic team. You know, I've been playing them for a while since they first came back in League One, and yeah, I've been over there and played against them a lot. And you know, players like James Ford and that who control the play, and they're one of them teams, they attack from anywhere on the park, and you've always got to be on your mettle. And you know, to nil a team is a good task in this championship. And yeah, they've done what they've always done and wrapped up the points really.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to have a look at our next feature game, and that saw the Leigh Centurions play host to the Sheffield Eagles. You know, the Eagles coming off the back of a disappointing loss last week against Halifax. Could they find their way to victory this week? Let's check it out. Mickey Heim assessing the situation at dummy half. He looks left, he comes right. Nice ball to Josh Woods. Woods with a tunnel pass there, and that's a great try for Thornley. Andy Thornley goes in the corner to open the account. Davey at dummy half. Nice pass to Matty James. Nice tip on play to Aaron Brown, and that's a try for the Eagles. Immediate response from them. Great try for the Eagles. Hood out of dummy half, out the back to Ridyard, out the back to Brearley. Oh, it's a nice long pass to McNally, and he goes in untouched. That's great attacking football from the Centurions. Sheffield close to the line now. Aaron Brown goes deep out the back to Thackeray. Thackeray assesses his options, kicks to the corner. Oh, Blackmore, fantastic catch and try from him. McNally needed to do better. Short side of play now from Thackeray to Meadows. Meadows wide pass to Glover. Nice tip on play there for Ryan Miller, and he's finishing in the corner. That's a great finish from Miller. Great try from the Eagles. James Davey, dummy half. Shanks right, comes out on his left, and he's made the line break, Davey. He's through with James Davey. He's got support on the outside with Glover. And oh, look at the pace from James Glover. That's a great try for the Eagles. Fantastic work from James Davey, the hooker, with the initial line break. Liam Hood at dummy half. Goes to his right. Josh Woods shows it. Goes at the back to Brearley. And Brearley, that's a great try from Ryan Brearley on his return to the Centurions at home. Fantastic try from him. Leigh again on the attack. Liam Hood jumps out of dummy half, finds Ridyard, who shows it. Nice short pass to Thornley. It's a one-on-one ball, still play on, and Thornley pounces. That's a great try from Ian Thornley. Great reaction after having the ball stolen. It's play on, it's a fair try. Patch Walker at dummy half. Thackeray, skip it across the line. Looks to go, he dummies. Oh, trademark show and go from Anthony Thackeray, the veteran halfback. And he gets his team back into the game. Fantastic try from him. Walker, dummy half. Wide pass now to Moran, out the back to Thackeray. Short pass. Trying to get through the hole was Barnes. He gets up, plays it. Walker, neat little grubber kick from Walker, and Meadows is there. That's great reaction from the halfback, James Meadows. Great kick from Walker. Walker shapes left, comes right. Ball goes out the back to Thackeray. Thackeray hits, spins. Oh, that's a great try from Thackeray. He should have been stopped. He had no right to score that try. The Centurions last tackle now. Wide pass to Woods. Nice short delayed ball. And that's a great try. There from, I'm not sure who it was, James Laithwaite, I think it was. Laithwaite at dummy half. Wide pass to Ridyard. Nice kick from Ridyard. They go up, they compete well to Thornley, and he taps it back on the inside. And that's a good try there for young Smith. Fantastic work for the Centurions as they're on the attack again. Building a lot of pressure here on this Sheffield line. Foul slowing the play down. Short side right here. And Liam Hood, show a go. Oh, is this the match winner? I think it is. What a try from Liam Hood. The fans go crazy. What a game. 42 points to 38. Wow, what a close encounter that was. What a real humdinger. Leigh Centurion snatching the victory, 42 points to 38. It took a trademark Liam Hood dummy half dive over close to the line to snatch the victory there for the Centurions. But, you know, that's a huge result there for Leigh, isn't it, Ross? I mean, the fact now that result against Sheffield now takes them on to level points in the table with Sheffield. You know, in terms of Leigh, you know, what's been impressive about them this season?
Yeah, you know, Leigh they're always going to be tough, and they're always going to be ready. It's a tough place to go, and you know they've got James Laithwaite back from retirement. You know, and it's great to see him back scoring. You know, they've got Liam Hood, who's always ever the competitor back there. And I think it was good for us and it was good for Leigh as well, because it's brought Sheffield on level points with herself, so we're all sat on level points on third. So happy with that result.
Mate, it's exciting. It's exciting for the championship now that you've got a lot of you sides now all in that mixer. Moving on, we'll go to our next game. Halifax, huge result for them, 46 points to 10, home win against the Barrow Raiders, and that's back-to-back wins for Simon Grix, who's in temporary charge of this Halifax team. Do you think they've turned a corner now, Ross?
Yeah, well, I think, you always see that resurgence when, change of management or, either galvanise the team or, they can go away. And I think it's really galvanised Halifax, after the loss to us. They've gone on and they've won 2 on the bounce now. So, I think you're starting to see the potential of Halifax and seeing them get some good performances in. Yeah, well, it was a real dominant display, 28-0 at half-time. It shows to me they were very clinical with the ball, very disciplined and ruthless, to be honest. And Barrow, I mean, can you see any reprieve for Barrow, Ross? I mean, obviously it's been a disappointing season for them so far. Yeah. I mean, I've been saying it for a few weeks. I'm just not sure when that win's going to come from for them. Yeah, it's a very difficult championship, really, and I can't see an easy game for them coming up. We played them recently and beat them, and they're a tough team, and they're sticking there and they're hanging there. But I think they're just lacking that bit of depth here and there, and I think they're really going to struggle this year. Well, moving on, our next game saw the Rochdale Hornets at home to the Featherstone Rovers, and unfortunately again for the Rochdale Hornets, they've suffered another big defeat, this time 56 points to 10 at the hands of the Featherstone Rovers. Dane Chisholm again instrumental in a lot of the good play that Featherstone produced. Obviously you all know Dane very well from your time at Bradford. Can you tell us a little bit about him as a player and what he can bring to a team? Because since he's made the loan move to Featherstone, he seems to have really reinvented their attacking game and is adding a lot of threat and seems to be quite pivotal and instrumental in a lot of their attacking play. Yeah, Chizzy's one of the best players I've seen skill-wise. He can do everything. He's fast, he's explosive, he sees things that other people don't really see, and he's one of them real mercurial talents, and it's not worked out for him at Bradford, and he's gone to Fev, and I think he's really seen it as his opportunity, grasp it and get himself going in the right direction. And from what we've all seen, from what he's been doing since he's gone at Fev, he's doing amazing stuff, and I'm just happy that he's playing some good rugby. Moving forward, the Swinton Lions were hosting the Widnes Vikings, and we said last week, Eloise and I, that Swinton may have had an opportunity here, but it wasn't to be. The Widnes Vikings running out 32 points to 10 winners. Did you see that result coming, Ross, or...? Yeah, I think I seen, after losing to Dewsbury, I think, Widnes still know that's not good enough by their standards. They're a team that are wanting to get this -12 off the back and get into that playoff fight. So, they'll have been disappointed, and I think, you've seen the bounce back of that result really there. Next up, we've got the York City Knights. They played host to the Batley Bulldogs, and what a game that was. York finally running out winners 28 points to 24, but wow, were they made to work for that. Impressive from the Knights, 22-10 up at half time. We're in pretty much good control from start to finish, but Batley certainly didn't give in, and they've been criticised a little bit this year, Batley, in terms of their level of performance. But I believe Lewis Beanick on loan from Hull FC, the big front rower, was very, very impressive for the Batley Bulldogs on the day, and unfortunately for them, they just couldn't get the victory. But again, a great result there for the York City Knights. And finally, our final game, which will be for you to talk about, Ross. Is your game against the Toronto Wolfpack. So obviously the Bradford Bulls travelled to Toronto over the weekend. Unfortunately, weren't able to come up with the spoils, losing out 36 points to 18. But by all accounts, maybe the scoreline flattered the opposition. The game was probably a lot closer than the score suggests. You care to tell us more about it? Yeah, I mean, it was our lad's first time going over there. It's an experience going over there and playing. And we just went. I don't think anyone really gave us much hope of winning that game. So we went and we just said, dig in with it for each other and perform as best as you can. And there'll be something for us in this game. And 14-12 at half time with a half time score, and there was a lot of confidence in the boys, and we were thinking, we can maybe get something out of this. But then I think in the second half, with the last 20 minutes, Toronto started to show a bit of class out wide, and they got a few points on us, and it got away from us a little bit. But I think it was a performance that we can take pride from, and we were very proud about. I think the travel and time difference and everything may have played a fatigue part in the second half, but that's just how it is really. And Yeah, good to get over from my first try. So yeah, not bad day for it. Yeah, off the nudie. You know, it's hard for us front rowers to get tries in. So yeah.
The Bradford fans were there in full voice again. So it was quite a good travelling support there.
Yeah, I think over 500 Bradford fans.
Fantastic.
You know, and that's mental, and just shows the fan base that Bradford have got. You know, and yeah, it was great to see so many faces out there. Yeah.
Fantastic, brilliant. Well, that's our review of round 13 of the Betfred Championship competition, and we'll now look ahead to next week's fixtures, which is going to be a total competition shift as we head into the Coral Challenge Cup round 6 competition, where 4 championship teams remain alive in the competition, one of those being Ross Peltier's Bradford side. But before that, we'll just have a quick look at Rochdale versus York City Knights. It's a home game for Rochdale, postponed earlier in the season due to bad weather conditions back in March. So that Betfred Championship fixture will take place this Sunday at the Crown Oil Arena, 3 p.m. kickoff. And York, probably, I know they snatched victory there at home against Batley, but I know James Ford probably wouldn't have been impressed with the fact they allowed Batley to get themselves back into the game, because for York were in great control. You know, they'll be looking for a much improved performance this week away at Rochdale.
Yeah. From what I know of James Ford, you know, he's a real taskmaster, and you know he'll want the best from him, and he'll want a better performance than what we tossed up last week, really.
Yeah, well, I'm tipping a York City win this week against the Rochdale Hornets. And now we'll turn our attention to round 6 of the Coral Challenge Cup, which features some tasty matchups, and our championship clubs that are still alive in the competition will be looking to cause some upsets. You know, first up on Friday night, we have Wakefield Trinity hosting the Widnes Vikings. That looks like a great fixture, Ross. What do you make of that game? Yeah,
it'll be a great game, and you know, you'll see whether Wakefield want to rest a few players. You know, with it getting to that, it's an important time in Super League, and it's whether you go for the cup, it's that balance, you see. And Widnes, you know, they want to prove to everybody that they're still of Super League quality, really. So it's a big chance for them, and to give them their fans something to cheer about, a quarter final of a Challenge Cup with all the bad things that's happened recently. Yeah.
I think obviously Wakefield will be determined to get through to the next round. I think they'll still have enough to get over a young Widnes side, but I'm expecting a spirited performance from Widnes on Friday night.
Yeah.
Well, next up sees an all-championship tie on Friday night, where the Dewsbury Rams will host Halifax. Obviously, it's an important one for both clubs. You know, at least we know that one of them will be going through to the quarterfinals of the Challenge Cup, which is fantastic to see a championship club get to that stage of the competition.
Yeah, massive game for both teams. You know, Halifax will still be buzzing off what they did to London, you know, at their place, really, and getting to this where they are now. Dewsbury, yeah, they want to put a lot of things right against Toulouse, and what better incentive than to play in a quarter-final of a Challenge Cup, you know. It's an amazing. I expect a Halifax win, but, you know, it's going to be a great performance from Dewsbury as well, I feel.
And finally, on Saturday, we'll see Ross's Bradford Bulls hosting the old enemy, the Leeds Rhinos. So, Ross, mate, tell me about it. How excited are you and the team to obviously be hosting the Leeds Rhinos here at Otsall on Saturday?
Yeah, I'm buzzing. You know, as a young lad from Bradford, this is the game I've always dreamed of playing in. And, you know, with Bradford being in the Championship, you know, you never really expected it to come round at this time. And, you know, we've got this opportunity, and yeah, the whole city, everybody, all the boys at training are buzzing, and I think it's a great time for us to get Leeds. You know, they've not been playing the best rugby themselves, and if there was ever a time we could pull off a cup upset, then, you know, what better fairy tale than, you know, at Odsal Stadium with John Keir, who's had so many moments in this Challenge Cup, you know.
Magic again? Can he work the
magic? He's worked his magic over the years. You know, we've got lads like Jordan Lilly, his drop goal got us this tie, who, you know, he's on loan from Leeds, they've allowed him to play, you know, with Elliot Mincello, who played Super League, so there's a lot of stories going in with this game, and the boys are just really excited to get out there and just, A
few things go your favour on the day. You could nick this one, Ross, so wishing you all the best on that one,
Cheers,
mate.
Bro. Yeah.
All good. Okay, guys, well, that's our wrap for this week. We've obviously had a look at round 13 of the Betfred Championship. We've looked ahead to the Coral Challenge Cup round 6 competition next week. And again, we'll be back next week to review that and how the championship sides get on, and see how Ross's Bradford Bulls fared against the Leeds Rhinos amongst the other teams that were involved in that competition. And then look ahead to round 14 of the Betfred Championship. My name is Andrew Henderson. This is Ross Peltier. We thank you very much for your time. Good night.